Hello everyone and welcome to this Final Mile update presented by CRST. I'm your host Andrew Cox and research analyst here at FreightWaves, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Bill Clement, the president of Specialized Solutions from CRST. He's going to tell us a little bit about how CRST is delivering final mile value to their customers. Bill, I want to thank you and welcome you into the show.
Well, thank you for having us.
All right, Bill, so CRST is one of the nation's largest privately owned transportation providers. Tell us how big that final mile segment is under the CRST umbrella.
Sure, final mile is just one, but a very important part of the broad array of logistics solutions that CRST offers. We also offer expedited two-person team deliveries. We offer pharmaceutical temperature control deliveries, dedicated solutions, flatbed. We also have access to additional capacity through our integrated solutions group. We move high-value products. And I think the newest and largest addition is the final mile space. It comprises about 10% of the revenue today. When you combine that in the specialized division where it resides, it's about a quarter of the revenue. And as we look forward, it certainly is going to become a bigger and bigger part of the overall CRST.
Bill, CRST prides itself on being able to deliver any item, no matter the size, weight, or shape of it. Tell us about some of the items that you guys actually are delivering final mile.
Sure. Traditionally, when you think about home delivery, you think small parcels. So UPS, FedEx, DHL dominate that space. All of our focus is in the big and bulky, non-conveyable section of home delivery. So those are things like consumer appliances, washer, dryer, refrigerators, furniture, consumer electronics, large screen TVs. In-home fitness is taking off as a massive craze, maybe due to COVID, but it's got a lot of traction. It's those kind of big items where we focus.
Bill, we've seen a lot of durable goods subsectors, including many of that you just spoke of: appliances, home improvement, online electronics, as well as home exercise equipment. We've seen a lot of those subsegments benefit greatly from the lack of service-based spending that's been available to us. People have replaced a lot of that service-based spending with goods. Do you expect those high growth rates that you've seen so far this year on some of those items to continue into 2021?
Yeah, we do expect it to continue. I think it would be very difficult to continue at the high rate we're experiencing today. So clearly, discretionary income has been redirected into the home, into these big and bulky items, away from restaurants, away from vacations. And so we've just seen massive growth this year. But traditionally, as we look forward over the next decade, this space is considered to be, let's say, a 12 to 18% annual growth rate. And I would expect that as we head into 2021, we see somewhat of a normalization away from the superior growth that we've experienced in 2020, but continuing to be a very, very strong growth market.
I'd agree with you. It'd be almost impossible to keep up these 100, 200% growth rates, especially the ones we've seen in the in-home exercise equipment. Bill, as technology advances and inefficiencies get worked out of the supply chain, more consumers expect more from their retailers and their brands. And in turn, those retailers and brands turn to their transportation providers and expect more from them. What are the expectations like in final mile? Are shippers pretty demanding?
You know, final mile is amazing. I think when you are in traditional transportation, you're delivering to distribution centers, to places where people are used to things like capacity constraints and possibly some late shipments. There's just an expectation there that you get through it. I think on home delivery, consumers are rightfully demanding, right? They're often taking off a couple hours from work to go home and meet a carrier. So I think the demands are incredibly high, and I think there's a good reason for that. So we try to meet those demands each and every time.
Bill, we've heard that CRST is well positioned to attack this final mile segment. Why are you guys so well positioned?
You know, I think there's three reasons that really distinguishes CRST. First and foremost, the specialized division of CRST was spun off from the old North American van lines. So it's essentially in our DNA here. The employees of CRST in the specialized division are used to going into homes, being professional, handling white glove deliveries, and that extends naturally into final mile. So that rich history of ours plays a huge role. That's one thing. I think secondly, There are a couple very large providers in this space, and it's amazing how careful you have to be as you scale up, not to lose that small company feel, that super service sensitive feel that smaller companies deliver. And we're one of the bigger players now in this space, but we're going to maintain that small company feel and that small company service. So that's the second thing. And I think the third thing that's really important is we're very, very, very focused on the execution of the final mile delivery itself. But we also understand when we don't deliver, when we fail to meet expectations, that we have a white glove customer service department behind it, where you have a professional, proactive communication and problem solvers to fix things when they go wrong. I think those three things really set CRST apart.
Folks, you heard it here from Bill Clement, President of Specialized Solutions at CRST. CRST has white glove service in their bloodlines, and they also expect, as they grow and grow into a bigger provider in the final mile space, they're going to keep that small company service focus moving forward. Bill, I want to thank you for your time today, and I want to say have a great rest of your week, my man.
Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, stay tuned to FreightWaves for more final mile updates from CRST moving forward.